Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 532. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. Now, many online business owners feel that they need to have a product or service ready to sell before they even start their business. Now, in reality, you may want to start with selling services. And on today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 specific reasons why you may want to start with selling services first. Now, before we get into today's show content, let me just share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to the new BEBacademy.com. If you're looking for all types of resources to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ, make sure you go to newBEBacademy.com. That is our online learning portal where we have master classes, online courses, PDF downloads, and resources to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Go to newBEBacademy.com for more information. Now, let's get ready for today's show content. According to a 2024 State of the Creator Economy report, it says that most creators earn their first dollar by offering professional services. And we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you may want to start out with a service as opposed to a product. Now, if you guys hear my voice, please bear with me. I'm a little stuffed up here, coming off of the flu. So it's been a little crazy the last couple of weeks. I'm just really getting back into it. Anytime you're starting a new business or you're adding a new product or service to your business, it's a major issue that you have to really think about to make sure that you're starting with the right product or service or adding the right product or service. So let's dive in real quick, and we're going to start with number 1, and we're talking about 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. Number 1, get started quickly. So selling services online means you can get started quickly using your current skill set, your passions, or interests rather than spending time ideating or building a product first, which helps earn revenue faster. Also, guys, selling services tends to be more profitable since there tends to be fewer expenses. So, for example, most creators selling services can work from home, eliminating the cost of an office. They can also create things right away and test them out where you don't have to create and build the product. That's something that I had to learn the hard way, and I'll give you several examples as we move on in today's content. Okay, so that's number 1. You can get started quickly. So if you have a service that you can sell, it's easier really to get started quickly with the service. Say you're a photographer and you work for a big photography company and you want to start your own business on the side. Guess what? You have the skill set as a photographer. Now, all you need to do is find some individual clients for your business so you can get started quickly. And many times this actually happens when your service is related to a skill set, a passion, or an interest that you already have. So number 1, you can get started quickly. Number 2, and this is super important, guys, get paid to understand your audience. Get paid to understand your audience with the service. Now, The best product ideas often come straight from your audience, and I can speak to that directly. They're in the best position to tell you their most pressing problems, which helps you figure out how you can get paid to help them solve those problems or those issues. So selling services to help your audience allows you to tailor that offering to match the needs, since your service can usually be more customized to your audience needs than a fixed product. And let me give you a real life example. Several years ago, I created a product called Brand Builder Academy Elite. That's for people who wanted to build an e-commerce business and an e-commerce brand. Now, before I came out with the full-blown course, I actually did a beta group of 10 BEB family members that wanted to build an e-commerce brand. Now, I got paid to understand the audience. So what I did was I created the beta group at a discounted rate. I believe it was $247 for the program. And we went through about 10 to 12 weeks of me teaching the program. But in addition to me getting paid to understand my audience, the BEB beta group gave me the feedback I needed to create the full-blown course, Brand Builder Academy Elite. So basically, I was getting paid to understand my audience. Now, in terms of preparation, so I had an outline, and basically I went through and showed them my system and my steps of how to find and create your own brand, what market you need to be in terms of your brand, and how to be able to become the go-to brand in that industry or that vertical. So really, there was not a lot of prep time. So what I was doing was really understanding what the BEB family needed to be successful in that course. Yes, I had an outline. Yes, I had some notes and things of that nature, but it was not a full-blown course. Now, over those 10 to 12 weeks, I was able to understand what were the hiccups, where were a lot of people having problems in terms of product ideation. Was it being able to market the product or whatever? So I was able to take that information and hone it, where now when I came out with Brand Builder Academy Elite, it was actually a combination of what I thought that people needed to know and a combination of what my audience told me that they wanted and needed. So reason number 2 to sell services first instead of products: you can get paid to understand your audience. And it's nothing better than that, guys. Many times we have these grandiose ideas that we know exactly what our audience wants without even asking them. And so when you go through this process, you actually are able to make money and understand your audience and give your audience what they want. Sometimes you got to give people what they want versus necessarily what they need. A lot of times when you give people what they need, that's something that they don't necessarily want. So you give them what they want. But as a course creator, you also have to give them the fundamentals and foundations of what they need to be successful. So that's number 2. And we're talking about 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. Reason number 3, services are the ultimate minimum viable product. A minimum viable product, or MVP, is one that has just enough features to allow you to ship it out to your early adopters. This low-key or unrefined version helps you to work out the kinks and see how your customers interact with your services. Services are the best minimum viable product because they require far less prep work in advance. So all you need to do really is create a landing page where you can invite customers to hire you or enroll in your program. But with a product, you might need at least a month's worth of work to put together a minimum viable product, be it a course, an ebook, new blog, or whatever. So literally think about this. You can create a landing page to test out and find out if people are interested in your services. Now, it doesn't cost you anything. Well, let me take that back. It only costs you a few dollars to create a landing page and drive traffic to see if people want that service. So you're not spending a whole lot of time, energy, and resources up front for a product or service that you don't know if people want. So I always talk about testing. You want to test before you invest a whole bunch of resources, time, and energy into any product or service that you bring to market. And many times you can do what's called a dummy test. Years ago, I was thinking about bringing out this supplement, a nootropic that'll help you focus. You guys ever heard of Focus Factor? So it's something similar to that. And what I did before I went in and got the manufacturer to create my own brand, I wanted to test it out first. So I got a landing page. I got a graphic artist to create my brand image on it. I got the cost from the manufacturer and how fast that they could fulfill it. And I started running ads to that landing page to see if people would buy. And what I found out was after a certain period of time, I said, if 25 people buy this product, then I'm going to start fulfilling. So that was a true test. Not if they liked it, but if they actually went into their pocket and spent their hard-earned money for the product. So that is a way to test. So anytime you have a new product or service, or you're thinking about going out on your own, figure out a way to test. And usually services are the ultimate minimum viable product to test on. But that's not necessarily always the case, as I just gave you with that physical supplement that I was selling. But you definitely can do it with a service. So whatever service you have, if you're a coach or consultant, go ahead and drop a landing page, tell your benefits, give a price or whatever, and drive traffic to see what type of results that you get. So, number 3, services are the ultimate minimum viable product. Number 4, get customer testimonials. Now, by working closely with your customers, you're going to be able to gain a more in-depth understanding of their needs and how you can create a valuable product to help them. So this kind of close relationship is priceless, guys, because it sets you up to create a product that undeniably appeals to your audience. This also allows you to ask directly for testimonials, which will increase your conversions. So anytime you have happy customers on a product or service and you have real testimonials, videos preferably, all that's going to do, guys, is help drive more product sales. Because what it's showing is that, yes, this is a viable product, and you have people that have gone through the program that are raving about the program. So number 4, you can get customer testimonials. Also, the beauty of that is that you start out from the rip with testimonials. And now when people see those testimonials, the other people that come behind them, now that's a validation that this is a good product or service. And what that validation also does, it entices new users to leave their own testimonials. So now you're getting more and more testimonials, which number 1 is going to increase your conversion rate because you have a lot of happy users for your service. So number 4, get customer testimonials. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to get testimonials from people after they use the course, but if you have a relationship and you're going through your service with somebody, that's the best time to get testimonials. And I mentioned earlier, guys, video testimonials are the best. People can see it's not a written thing, and you get people giving natural testimonials, once again, which basically empowers your service that you're selling, and you're going to be able to generate more sales with that. And last but not least, number 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. And number 5 is build your digital product hypothesis. Build your digital product hypothesis. So after spending time with your customers and figuring out their wants and needs, now you can use that information to build or form a product hypothesis. Okay, so basically you can come up or brainstorm digital product ideas. Guys, there's no better way to form a product hypothesis than by selling services. So think about the common pain points your service solves for your customers and craft a product that addresses them. So you're using a service first to then create a product. And then you can actually pre-sell that product to gauge your audience interest in it. So we talked about testing, right? So now you're taking the content and the information and the feedback you've got from your audience, and now you're going to create a physical product. You want to start out selling a service first, and then based on that feedback, then you can create and pre-sell a physical product or a product that answers their problems. Okay? So that is the smart way to do it. Sell your service first, find out what your audience wants and needs, and then you can create a product. All right? So don't waste your time creating a product that your audience may not want or need. Okay? So that's super critical and super important. So services first. And we're talking about 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. Now, before we get to the last segment of the show, yes, today's show is a little bit shorter, guys. I'm dealing with sore throat and getting over this flu. But let me give you guys all my social media contact information and resource links. So I mentioned at the top of the show, the new revised, revamped BEB Academy is available. It's our online learning portal to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. All types of online courses, masterclasses, resources, and downloads to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Go to newbebacademy.com for more information. Also, don't forget to utilize the new website, guys. We have all types of free resources for entrepreneurs on the website. Go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, hit the Learn tab. There'll be a drop down. There'll be all types of subject matter or topic matter, such as scaling your business, marketing, e-commerce, side hustles, everything you need, once again, guys, to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ, and it is free. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, anything long, family, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. I get a lot of messages on other social media platforms, but if you want to make sure you connect, hit me on my email. Connect with me on Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Instagram, guys, I have 2 IG accounts. The first one is J Jones for Real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. On Twitter, JJones001, JAYJONES001. That is on Twitter or X. LinkedIn, connect with me there. Just go to LinkedIn, type in J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. We have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. And for all you first-time listeners, we drop every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all your major podcast platforms and YouTube. All right, guys, let's get ready for the last segment of the show. And we're talking about 5 reasons to sell services first instead of products. The biggest takeaway, I think, of this episode, guys, is understanding your audience and know what they want and what they need. And the best way to do that is by interacting with them by selling services, which are super easy to do. This way you can get in one-on-one interaction, or it can be a group interaction. And it's as simple as putting up a landing page, driving traffic to that landing page for whatever service that you're trying to sell. So if you are a resume writer, okay, you can put up a landing page to drive people for your resume writing services, and then you can go and get customers, ask them what's important, find out what they need, and also give them what they want. You know, somebody told me years ago, you give a person what they want and not what they need. That's how you make sales. And yes, that's a truism, but you also have a duty to give somebody the foundational principles of what they need too. But people will spend on what they want before what they need. So how many people do you know got an 85-inch TV in their house sitting on their wall and they're behind on their electric bill? They want the TV, but they need the electricity, right? So you want to give them what they want. And the only way to find out what people want, guys, is to be able to dialogue with them, be it on a one-on-one basis or in a group-like setting. This allows you to be able to understand what the product can be. So here's a real-life example in my mortgage business. So when I start talking to first-time home buyers, and I've been doing this for years, so I've already kind of known, but I'm really trying to hone in and understand what issues or what do they want throughout this process. And what I found was they want everything to be understandable, because a lot of the language and everything is new to them, because if you've never bought a home before, it's a pretty daunting process. So you have to deal with the qualifications, the right type of mortgage that you're looking for. Is the price, does it make sense for them? Things of that nature. So it's a really big decision that they have to make. And what I found, most of my first-time homebuyer clients want simplicity and understanding. So now, once I understood that, in the process right now of building an online program, an online course for first-time homebuyers. So even if they're not ready right now, I understand and I know what a first-time homebuyer needs. I know what they're looking for. I know what they want. So I'm going to provide them an online course that will also be able to be monetized. It's only $97, and people that are serious about buying a home who may not qualify right now, I know that I can create and still generate revenues by this program. One of the biggest things that people don't understand is the credit. And I know people go on and they pull their stuff on Credit Karma and all that. I'm going to tell y'all right now, the scores you get on Credit Karma are not the same scores that you get from what's called a Tri-Merge, which is a pool credit report from all your major bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And so what first-time homebuyers, and even a lot of homebuyers don't know, is if you have 3 scores, your score is actually the middle score. They take the middle score. If you only have 2 scores, if you only 2 bureaus are reporting, it's the lowest score. So people don't understand. So they look at Credit Karma. They may only see their TransUnion and Experian, and they think that's their score. And I'm telling you right now, it's a big thing that people have right now, especially first-time homebuyers, because they think they have one score when they truly don't. So going through and creating this online course for first-time homebuyers so they can truly understand the ins and outs of buying their first home, not making it too complicated, but delving into certain things that are roadblocks, credit. Okay, somebody may not be mortgage ready right now, but this program is going to teach them about credit. It's going to show them the entire process of how to get prepared or get mortgage ready. And so now that's creating a product based on my service, which is a free consultation for first-time home buyers. So that's a real life example of how you can create a product that's going to address the needs of your audience. That's also called productizing your service business. Productizing your service business. So if you can't provide that service after a consultation, you still have a way to generate revenue by offering a product. So if you're doing credit repair and you have a credit repair consultation and the customer doesn't want to pay your credit repair fees, maybe you have a DIY, do-it-yourself credit repair course that you can sell them. So that's called productizing your services. Okay, so that's another way to generate money off of your services. But once again, remember, the big takeaway, guys, is when you provide service and you have that one-on-one interaction or that you and a group interaction, you're able to understand what the audience wants and needs. And now you can create something to fill that void that's going to solve their problems, be it another service or a product that will help them. So I hope you guys got a lot out of today's episode. I say this each and every week, guys, because it's true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys so much. Please spread the word about the podcast, the website, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the whole ecosystem with the new BEBacademy.com, all the online courses and resources to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.